Hey Maria, back with another video. I'm actually making this video in my bathroom, which is kind of funny. Um, I just wanted to, kind of release some more feelings that are going through my mind, and, I haven't really had any social interaction with people, I would say, since 2013. Nothing like, long, extensive conversations or anything like that. And so, I'm dealing with a lot of, people, when it comes to people relating to Facebook or whatever, and my family. All of these people, I are coming together, and I'm not in the loop. But then I'm constantly being punished for things that I'm not aware of, And, some of the things I might be throwing out there could be wild guesses, um, I'm not trying to put Steve Lyles on blast or anything like that, okay? But, like I said, when you're dealing with gang stalking or whatever, you have to realize that just about everybody's involved. And so, I kept thinking, okay, my intuition thinks that there's something there. Like, for example, he's a part of it. And, if he is, it's really a shame because, if there were some people that I always wanted to get to know or, have a friendship with or whatever, it's unfortunate that they got involved with my family because my family is bad news. I do regret being, related to them for several reasons. They have taken everything that I have ever cared about and destroyed everything for me. That's from my childhood and now in my adult years. And I'm going to tell you that at this moment, I'm literally terrified of what's outside of the world and in the world. I'm terrified of it. I've lost my reference points on so many different things because, I'm expected to survive in this world. I have no safety net. My family has caused nothing but problems. I was a victim of some kind of campaign smear that didn't involve me at all. And, I would say that, everybody in this town should know that I had no involvement with any of the stuff that was going on Facebook. When I would get on Facebook, I'm assuming that these, they have, little special chat rooms or something where people can communicate on Facebook. I don't know what is really being said about me, but most of it, I'm sure, is speculation and whatnot. So I'm bewildered, by all of this, and I'm constantly paying a price for what my family has initiated, and it's not fair. It's not fair for me to hold back my desires, my dreams, and my dreams are not based on materialism. It's based on, being comfortable. I mean, I feel like I have to struggle for the most basic things, for no reason. If people choosing my jobs for me, that to me is, I'm not comfortable with that for several reasons. Because they made me lose my job in Chatsworth, okay, with the mobbing, and then I literally basically went broke, basically, in Chatsworth. After I left Chatsworth, I was paying on every single bill on time. I mean, I was paying over the amount on my credit cards. Everything was great. Then the mobbing started, and then everything fell apart. And by the time I got back to Bakersfield, I came back here in 2009, the picture of me in the braids, that was the year that I came back. That was right on the season, because I came back, I think, in August or September. I think September. And, I was living off of some money, and then I started working over at Murray's place. And right after the Christmas party of 2010, it seems like things just started going real crazy. I mean, I brought Piggy to the Christmas party, and right after that, I was getting attacked. My work was being sabotaged, and then all just weird stuff, just weird. I mean, intensely. And, you can't help but continue to wonder what is going on. So my family is causing these problems, okay? And really, I don't want any more trace of it. I don't, okay? It has had a tremendous effect on me psychologically. To go into places to be interviewed, and then having people to do this to me. I'm an innocent person. I've done nothing, okay? My siblings are hypocrites, okay? Now, Tanya is a woman she's my oldest sister, who wears makeup, and yet she's going to sit here and pick me apart, which I think is ridiculous. Lisa, like I said, she's never really worn makeup unless, of course, she was going somewhere special or whatever. I have no intention. I am a very professional person. I present myself well. I'm not on the lookout for relationships, okay? Now, when it came to Steve Lyles, I was thinking, well, if there was a possibility, of course, because, you have to have a chemistry. You have to be attracted to somebody. Now, I'm not, I have to not think about this issue or Steve Lyles or Facebook people or my family at this moment, because I'm facing a very stressful situation right now, okay? I'm literally terrified to make any sort of contact with employers right now because of all that's happened. They basically have persecuted an innocent person. They did. Not basically, they did. They persecuted an innocent person and me. and it went on for a very long time. A very long time. Now, the lie that I told my husband, my soon-to-be ex-husband, was a long time ago. Okay, so, I've done nothing wrong at all, okay? I don't have any interaction with the people on Facebook at all. So I don't have, I'm just annoyed by the fact that I'm constantly having to live under a stress level that is literally, it's unbearable. Okay, I don't get rest from it. I don't get rest from it. Okay, 24 hours a day, 365 days of the year. Okay, it is in the back of my mind because I understand that this is how I have to survive. I'm all alone. Okay. Also, what was I going to say? As I said, my last day at my job is going to be Friday, okay? And really, I'm being cooperative at this moment, but I'm being put in a situation that I didn't deserve to be in, okay, from the get-go, okay? It's not my fault as what happened, in my job. And I'm constantly paying the price for certain things that are going on that I would never, ever, I never agreed to. Okay, I'm not asking for people to harass me at work. I'm not asking for people to constantly try to provoke arguments or whatever. And I'm constantly, forever being put in situations that all I want to do is go to work, come home, and develop my own life. I mean, I would never, if I was interested in a relationship, I would never want to involve other people. If I was interested in somebody, I would approach them or let things follow its natural course, okay? I would never want to do something in a group type activity, okay? Because oftentimes, people want you to belong to the group, and so they want to dictate how this is going to happen, who's going to play a role in this, and whatever. And I just don't want that. I don't want it, and I feel like, literally, I feel psychologically raped is how I feel. I feel like, these people have taken so much out of my life. So, of course, I have no interest in reconciling with my family. And I have been saying that for a very long time, yet still somehow they were able to do what they did. And I'm sitting here paying the price for it. It's wrong. It's wrong. And, some people would think, well, you don't have to worry about things. You can just relax. How can I relax? If Greg Barton in Palm Springs is going to request a person to come down to their place for a job interview in the hot summertime for a 3-hour drive, okay, just to fuck with you, okay? If, we got Christy Sifford, who makes an effort from across the United States just to fuck with me, okay, am I supposed to feel safe You know, I've got total strangers wanting to literally harass me for something I'm not responsible for. Okay, so I will tell you what I understand. I mean, you could look at targeted individuals, okay, and targeted individuals have a very hard time recovering their life. So I don't have any feelings of safety. I have no feeling of security, okay? If something happens to me, I am basically fucked. I don't have a safety net. I have nowhere to go. I am a woman all by myself, period, okay? So, you know, I try to keep a very low profile. I don't create problems. I just want to do my job, you know what I mean? And I just want to go home. That's all I want to do. I don't want any, you know, involvement with, you know, conspiracies, or I'm not, when I go to work, I'm not there to find a man, you know, I'm not there for that reason. I'm there to do my job. You know what I mean? And I'm not there to play love games or be spied on or be the on the receiving end of somebody's, like, you know, malicious shenanigans, and they just want to play games. My job is important to me. It is all I have. I don't have anything else, okay? They've already taken my savings. They've already ruined my reputation. They've done everything they possibly can. And, of course, they did it under the guise of religion, okay? So my family, to me, is nothing more than dead weight that should have been dropped off a long time ago, and I've made requests for them to get out of my life, okay? But my sister Tanya has this, I don't know what her problem is, okay? But Tanya, I'm going to hold Tanya Colligan in Montrose, California, 100% responsible, okay, for all of this. Why? Because her competitive nature will not stop, okay? She has this overinflated ego to where she feels as though, you know, everything needs to be approved by her. My life doesn't have to be approved by her. I don't have anything to do with her, okay? She lives at Montrose. She's got her family, and I have every right to live my life any way I want, okay? I think she's a terrible example of a Christian. She literally does have psychological problems. Okay, she's had paranoia episodes, and I am sick and damn tired of paying the price for her weird shit. Okay, she's crazy, obviously. Okay, I'm sick and tired of dealing with it. Okay, my sister Lisa's involvement, obviously my sister Lisa has always felt as though she wants to withhold things. She likes to steal things. She likes to, what I mean steal things is, she likes to, you know certain things about me or people that are around me. Like, for example, when I had a crush on the little boy when I was growing up, you know, she knew that I liked him, and I didn't find out that she had a picture of him till like 30 years later. It's these little things, okay? So she has this competitive thing with me as well, and it's unfortunate, okay? Because I have never operated in any way towards that I have never operated that way towards anyone in my family. I have always wanted the best for my family. Seriously. I mean, we've had our disagreements, but I have never been the kind of person that would, you know, if I knew my sister was going to be up for promotion or something, I never kept, you know, any tabs on them, okay? But I never wanted them to fail at what they did. You know what I mean? I figure if this is what they're going to do, then that's what they need to do. It never occurred to me to put my hand in it. It bothers me and pisses me off to no end that this woman, Tanya, and my sister Lisa felt as though they had some sort of right to participate in my life goals. They don't have any right to be in any part of my life at all, period. You know, so I'm left here every day on my own. And some people think, well, why don't you just engage yourself in your activity? It is very hard to engage in any sort of activity when you are facing homelessness. When you are facing a situation where you don't know what's going to happen to you tomorrow. And some people will say, well, it's not really that bad. Tell me it's not that bad. Tell me it's not that bad. You know? I mean, look at the situation I'm in now. You know, how far does this have to go? I don't trust anybody anymore. You know, it's all well and good for the Facebook people to come into my workplace and create all kinds of havoc and do all this sort of stuff. And then when, you know, push comes to shove, where are these people? They were more than willing to sit here and actively participate in destroying my shit. Now when it's time to fucking fix shit, where the fuck are they? You know, I never asked for their involvement anyway. you know? And so I'm sure my sister Tanya gets to keep her job. You know, why? Because she has the protection of some warped Christian network that's not even Christian. I mean, I seriously am terrified of the world that I live in. I'm extremely disturbed by it. You know what I mean? These people have attacked and persecuted and literally destroyed the life of an innocent person. How do people live with themselves? But see, my sister Tanya, she doesn't see it that way. She doesn't. She doesn't realize what she did to her family. She threw me into a system that is going to kill me eventually. And it's her fucking fault. And she needs to live with that. I really do believe she should. You know, I can't believe that. And if my sisters were in touch with Steve Lyles, that just goes to show you and gives confirmation of the fact of their selfish nature. Because if indeed he was trying to contact me or whatever, and then they sat there and threw themselves involved in it, and all this time I had no idea, if that is the case, then that just goes to show you once again their selfish nature. They're trying to manipulate, you know? And so I'm, you know, if that is the case, okay? You know, to try to withhold information from me. So yeah, I don't think very highly of my family, okay? I don't have family, okay? I've disowned every single last member of my family. I want nothing to do with them. And so I have a very hard time, you know, getting over this and being able to move forward. You know, some people think, well, you're just wasting time. You know, you should be out looking for work. How do you do that? How am I supposed to, you know, I'm doing the best I can. I am doing the best I can to look for work, okay? But I have to think about, you know, when I encounter one of these weird freaks that want to sit here and try to harass me, I can't tell you what it feels like. I really can tell you that it's extremely disturbing to me. You know, it's almost like somebody is threatening my life. That's exactly how I feel. You know, so it's just something that really bothers me. And my family, it doesn't matter to them. You know, it's like they don't realize the foolish things that they do and how it affects them. And I'm sure they get to go on with their life. I'm pretty darn sure of it. You know, I'm sure they're still paying their bills and they're still, you know, prospering. And here I am, a person who's never hurt anybody. I'm not saying I've never ever did anything wrong, okay? But I'm like one of the most upfront people that you could ever meet. And I'm sitting here like suffering for no reason. It makes absolutely no sense. So anyway, I had to get that rant out. You know, it was really important for me to release that tension, because I'm going to tell you, you do not want to be in this situation. You do not want to ever be in this situation. And if you care about your loved ones, you will make sure that you will never interfere with anything that they do in their life, okay? They have a life of their own. Don't put things like this on social media. Don't choose their jobs. Don't sit here and try to compete because your self-esteem is so goddamn low, you know, in a workplace, and then create all kinds of stupid bullshit like little competitions here and there that a person doesn't have time. I don't have time to play games like that. I don't. You know, but that's just the kind of, my family has so little regard for me as a person, you know, that they don't even think about that. They don't think about me paying my bills. They don't think about maybe I need to plan for the future. They don't think about that. Or maybe they were trying to plan my future. Maybe they had it all mapped out as to what I was going to do. And if that's the case, that's just another sign of their narcissism. Because how dare you sit here and make any life plans for somebody? You know, I'm absolutely disgusted. Now, going back to the David and Steve Lyles thing, I don't know either of those boys very well, okay? For some reason, I feel as though that Steve and David were close to my vicinity. I'm not sure if they still are or they ever were, okay? But I felt like they had something to do with it, okay? Now, I remember seeing David in school. I don't ever think I had any interaction with him, you know what I mean? And as far as Steve Lyles, I remember I used to kind of hang around him, like, you know, I would be peeking around the corners and I would make efforts to see him at work or something, but I don't really know him, okay? Did I always wanted to get to know him? Yes, I did. I always wanted to get to know Steve. I always had a big crush on him, okay? But as far as, like, their involvement, if they are involved, which I kind of suspect they are, because anybody who's on Facebook is involved, okay? That includes some of the people that I haven't seen since elementary school, okay? And, you know, I haven't thought about Steve Lyles in years. Years. It's been years since I've thought about him, okay? But sometimes, like, your dreams, they start, you know, revealing stuff, so that's why I was trying to follow up on that. Because you know what? There's been so much going on that I'm just trying to get down to the bottom of it. And so I do know that I did contact him in 2008. And maybe my dream was trying to tell me that. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I have no idea. But I will say that, you know, everybody that I've known probably since kindergarten is involved in my targeting, okay? Not one of these people, not one, has made any effort to rectify the situation, okay? So you understand who, I have no one that I can trust. No one. So you have to understand why I'm a little hesitant, you know, and why I'm uncomfortable with going out and looking for work in a situation that I'm in, okay? I'm running out of money. You know, the employer has agreed to, you know, let me work this week, and then he's going to pay me a full month's wages. You know, I'm not sure if I will be able to get unemployment benefits. I'm not sure if I have enough, you know, because I barely worked in 2015. Barely. I barely worked in 2015. I actually worked like about 3 weeks in 2015, and I desperately was trying to get back to work, but I was prevented from doing that. So I don't know what to expect. Okay, so I'm terrified. I am literally terrified. I'm scared, and I can't tell you how disturbed I am. Anyway, I got to wrap up this video. I'll be back with another one later.